Everybody, 6:35 here on this Wednesday morning, and now we try and unravel hundreds of thousands of emails, if that's possible, in this short time. MPs in Parliament were left confused yesterday when the Director General of the Department of Home Affairs, Mkuseli Apleni, informed it that he would not be able to attend due to other commitments. This follows an anticipated appearance by the department to explain how the Gupta family obtained South African citizenship. Last week, the EFF made public the letters which allegedly showed Home Affairs Minister Malusi Gigaba's alleged interference in the granting of citizenship to the Guptas. Joining us now this morning is Sikonathi Mantshantsha. He is the deputy editor of the Financial Mail, who is at the forefront of the investigation of the leaked emails implicating the Gupta family and executives of state-owned companies. Mantshantsha will give us a broad oversight into the different facets of these emails. Remember, you're more than welcome to write to us here at Morning Live SABC. We're online, we're waiting, and if you've got some questions, you're welcome to pose them. But let's welcome Sikonathi into studio. Good to have you. Thanks for coming in.
Welcome.
Goodness me, I mean, this is a web of confusion if I've ever. I mean, this web just grows bigger and bigger and bigger. So far, how many emails have been leaked to you?
It's quite impossible to say how many. I work with a team from the Times media stables, the Sunday Times, the Times, the Sowetan, and indeed Business Day and Financial Mail. We've got hundreds of thousands of emails that we have to plow through every day. There's no way you can tell how many there are.
Yeah.
You just have to look to search what you're looking for and see what pops up.
Do you actually have a team dedicated to going through these emails, looking to them, looking through them to find angles on a daily, if not hourly basis sometimes?
Absolutely. We've got a team of about 10 people in total that are working on this, and they are doing little else but servicing the Sunday Times, Sowetan, Business Day, and the Times and Financial Mail. All in all, it's about 10 people that just have to
dedicated to these emails.
Yes,
obviously,
and of course they all have different specialities. Someone will look for what they want, and that's how it goes.
I mean, obviously, I cannot ask you the origins of the emails, but the question I can ask you, and I know it's been asked a few times, but I will ask again: are you convinced that they are true? That what's in these emails is indeed factual?
Not only are we convinced, but it's now been corroborated and confirmed by the people that are being discussed or were discussing the emails. So many of them have already confirmed and either told us what they were doing or other just refused to comment, but nobody has actually denied the existence of these emails and the veracity of those emails. They've told us how others didn't know they were the subject of these discussions. They didn't know how their CVs were being flown around, and they didn't even know who was paying for their stays at these luxury hotels, and so that if we had at any doubt at all that they were accurate, the people have come out and said, well, they are.
Yeah, I mean, one of them is the communications minister, Ayanda Dlodlo. Exactly what you were saying. She went on one of these expensive trips, went to Dubai, and she said it happened, but also, as you said, denied knowing who was paying for the trip, which is very hard to understand as well.
Well, she says Fana Hlongwane is a long-time friend, and Fana Hlongwane arranged this, but it was the Gupta company, Sahara, that made all the logistical arrangement. She was only under the impression that Fana Hlongwane paid for it, and that was it. But there's so many other people and so many things that happened there. So no one is denying the accuracy and veracity of these emails. We're absolutely convinced, and we got them from impeccable sources.
In fact, have the Gupta family responded at all? Because, I mean, obviously they're at the center of all of this, and that could be a great key to the veracity of them, because there's been no threats of anyone being sued. I don't know if there have been massive denials on behalf of the family. You know, what's been the response?
The Guptas, through their lawyer, Gerrit van der Merwe, have only said they will not comment until the veracity of the emails have been proven. Now, they have not... of course, they know what's being discussed in the emails, and these are the things that have happened. They only saying, look, we're not discussing the emails, we're not commenting. That's
all they've said.
They are not commenting.
Let's dig a bit deeper now, because, I mean, there is so much to talk about, but I think the veracity of the emails is a great starting point. Mosibanzi Zwande, our Mineral Resources Minister, we'll begin over there, because I think that was in the headlines yesterday. He faced a barrage of questions, and he very much so is at the center of a lot of these emails as well. He's denied any knowledge of these emails. He says he's never seen them, and he threw out the race card as well yesterday, saying that the reason that he's being, vindicated, or not vindicated, that he's being persecuted, is because he's black. Your response to all of that?
Well, that's the cheapest, that's always in South Africa, the cheapest way out of a tight corner is that because I'm black, and normally you think you cannot get away with it, and it's really the cheapest shot when you've run out of answers. And the fact of the matter is, he's done all those things that are listed in the email. He's facilitated all the Gupta transactions, and he's enriched them. And of course, he's been rewarded with some cheap holiday stays here and there. And that's because he's black, he says. Yeah. He does not talk about whether or not he did that or why he did it. Now, you see in that what you want to say.
Yeah. I mean, what action can be taken against, for instance, somebody like that, who there is physical evidence of all of these things that were happening, trips that he took when he was minister to secure deals with mines that are worth hundreds upon hundreds of millions of rands with the Gupta family, trying to work in their favor. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any action being taken as yet.
The reason there's no action being taken is because there are no law enforcement agencies and they are not interested in the matter. But you saw when the banks were being accused of manipulating the currency, it was within 12 hours that the Hawks received a report. They contacted the banks and started an investigation. This has been years in the making and nobody seems interested. That is only purely because the law enforcement agencies in this country have been turned to serve the interests of the politicians. They are not interested in combating crime. They are not interested in the rest of the population. They are just looking after the people in government and doing what they want because they have been politicized.
Yeah. I mean, even the public protector, I mean, we had her on the show yesterday. It doesn't seem that she has mentioned them and said that, you know, she may look into them, but nothing concrete. I mean, there's been nothing coming out that's saying, yes, I'm absolutely going to be looking into this, and this is my top priority, which in I suppose the real world, it should be a top priority of everybody.
Leon, here you've got prima facie evidence of everything we've known about this country for the past 10 years. All these allegations that have been flying around, everything that we have spoken of, everything that Thuli Madonsela did or told us in her state of capture report, it's now been confirmed in black and white by the Guptas and their associates. But in a country like ours, where the politicians are in charge of the state, in charge of who investigates what, it's never going to happen because it's not in their interest to investigate themselves. Yeah. That's why you are seeing no action. It's not for lack of information. It's not for lack of exposés. Good people like those who have given us access to these emails of this country have done their job. It's really not for lack of knowledge that there's no prosecutions. It's just the will, the political will, and indeed the people whose task it is to investigate and prosecute corruption. They are busy protecting politicians and looking after politicians.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, the words that you just said now, I know that our former public protector, Thuli Madonsela, actually came out and said the fact that these emails have been leaked is good. It's a great sign of democracy in this country and people wanting to save it. That was the only comment that she made on it. Obviously, she's the former public protector. It's
absolutely a great sign of democracy, but it's also a big sign of frustration on the part of law-abiding citizens who have lost faith in our law enforcement agencies. They think, okay, if these guys won't investigate this, we'll give it to journalists and they'll put it out there in the public and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to take a break now on the program. When we return, let's get back to the issue of the naturalization, because that's a very big one. And our now finance minister, Malusi Gigaba, at the center of all of that. He has been asked many, many questions. We need the answers from the minister now, who at the time was at Home Affairs when that all went through. So do stay tuned. There's a lot more to come on these email leaks that are in their hundreds of thousands. Do stay tuned.